It was the busiest time on the island of Soror, and Thomas had to stop at every single station. Thomas was pleased. Now he will be sure the Fat Control will be very happy will be very happy with him. Just when the passengers were on board, Thomas blew his whistle nicely, and he puffed happily away. One day, the Fat Controller came up to see Thomas. "Thomas," he said, "I need you to take all those passengers all the way to the beach," he said. "Oh, yes, sir," said Thomas happily. And then Ping told Thomas what the Fat Controller would say. "And don't forget to lose your whistle," he warned. And Thomas just listened to Peyton. And with that, Peyton puffed away. Just then, Danny arrived to pull up beside him. "The Fat Control will choose me because I'm the splendid streamlined engine on Sodor," said Danny. Thomas was puzzled. "Why?" he asked. "Because," shouted Danny, my whistle is much more louder than yours. Then who's to see everything that whose whistle needs to see on Sodor?" Thomas was cross. "My whistle is just as loud as yours," he offered to him. "Just you wait and see." "That's it," said Danny. "My whistle is just as loud as yours," and he puffed off. Thomas was cross. He wanted to his whistle like Danny was, and so he puffed off to collect his own coaches. Soon enough, when Thomas backed up to the train, he blew his whistle very loudly and wheezed some steam. And that made the passengers very cross while they was trying to board the train. Before he could say anything, they climbed into their coaches, the guards still blew, and Thomas puffed off. He started to blow his whistle loudly to the coaches. Thomas was making a horrible time for what Danny had said to him. Every time he went through the tunnel, he blew his whistle louder than ever. And that made Annie and Krellebel had to stop his whistle too. But Thomas just ignored him. He blew his whistle louder again. But he continued on. Once Thomas arrived at Wellsville Station, he was getting crosser still. He tried to blow his whistle when Danny pulled up alongside him. "Flap my funnel," he sniffed. Your whistles sound very low." "Yes, we have, and I'm going to blow his whistle louder than yours," huffed Thomas. He was cross. Just as the passengers boarded in, the guard blew his whistle, and Thomas left again. "Cheaty tank engine," huffed Danny crossly, and he backed away. On the way to their third station, Thomas blew his whistle loudly. "Stop it, nonsense," said his driver. We'll just keep going." But Thomas didn't hear his driver, so he tooted his whistle again. When suddenly they saw a cow on the tracks. Thomas's driver immediately applied his brakes, and stopped right near the cow. Thomas was trying to blow his whistle. "Shoo! Shoo!" But the cow just winked her tail and went on eating. Thomas felt exasperating. He wanted to toot his whistle loudly. He wanted to say, "Get out of my way, you silly animal!" but it didn't work. And with the second peep, turned into a tremendous whoosh as his whistle cap shot off like a rocket and landed in the field. His driver and fireman and all of his passengers went to look for Thomas's whistle, but there was nowhere to be found. And the passengers would say, "We can't waste time with whistles. I say, we must catch our train." Thomas was upset. "They were bored singing whistle," he protested. I'm pretty sure there'll be no lost whistles. That's horrendous. That's dangerous. "Please find it." "Sorry," said the passengers. "We can't find your whistle. At least we're gonna find your new whistle, that's all." And so was arrangement. Just when the tracks cleared, and Thomas puffed away without his whistle. Thomas was disappointed. "I can't find my whistle," he said sadly. We'll find your whistle. Whistle, said Annie and Club all together. When Thomas arrived back at Knapford Station, he was very disappointed. The Fat Controller was very cross. "You wouldn't waste time whistles," he said the Fat Controller sternly. "So that means you'll have to wait." Just when he uncoupled the coach, Thomas puffed sadly away to get the new one. Thomas was disappointed. "From now on," said his driver, "you ought to blow your whistle very nicely until someone's blocking your way." "Yes, sir," said Thomas sadly. When Thomas arrived back to the sheds, he got his new whistle and puffed back to the sheds. Everyone laughed at him, and Peyton sang a song about him. Thomas says this again and again. His new whistle will look like so sounded. I stopped at the farm and lost his old whistle. Now his new whistle sounded like funny. Ha! All the engines laughed and laughed. But poor Thomas had his new whistle, and his new whistle was called the Thomas the Funniest New Whistle. Do 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 do.